Luka Brunton appears to be the season's antagonist as Below Deck Mediterranean Season 8 heats up, following a season filled with dubious choices. Luka, who debuted as the primary deckhand in Below Deck Down Under Season 2, has been added as the bosun for Below Deck Med Season 8. Luka spent the entire season aiming for a boatman's, even though he didn't have much of a story on Below Deck Down Under. Even though he had trouble finding love at the time, Below Deck Mediterranean is helping him make up for it. By the end of the season, the bosun might have evolved into a full-fledged villain, despite his cautious approach. Luka entered Below Deck Med Season 8 with a reputation for working hard and having fun, making him one of the few Below Deck franchise members to switch casts. Since romantic entanglements were introduced, things have undergone significant shift. Since Stu Natalia Scudder was still embroiled in a complex situation back home, Luka withdrew his infatuation with her after becoming flirtatious with her. In a few days, Luka had already moved on and met another Stu, Jessica Asai. Luka's playboy status would not come as a surprise, but his actions might get worse. Luka has had the chance to collaborate with a completely different set of individuals on the Mystique during his stay on Below Deck Mediterranean. He had time to flirt with several women on the boat while resolving problems on board and talking to Captain Sandy Yawn about how to keep the charter secure. Although Luka and Natalia's boatmance ended abruptly, they did hook up. Luka moved on and got to know Jessica when she revealed that her romantic life was tough. The new Stu was intrigued, but Luka wasn't interested in a committed relationship. Despite Luka and Jessica's relationship, the bosun is already beginning to move on. Luka may have his sights set on the new Stu aboard Mystique, even though his romance with Jessica appears to be only beginning. Luka wants to get to know Lily Davison, who may have recently joined Below Deck Med in the midst of a charter season. Although it seems like Lily will only be one of the people Luka is interested in the Below Deck Mediterranean Season 8 mid-season trailer, he has already indicated in the episodes that have aired that he wants to learn more about her. Given his personality, Jessica isn't overly thrilled by Luka's actions. The mid-season trailer for Below Deck Mediterranean Season 8 indicated that Natalia will be back to Mystique to stir things up for the crew, notably Luka, despite her departure. Luka appears content to set aside his developing boatmance with Jessica when Natalia returns. In the trailer, Luka's past flirtations and boatmanship are completely ignored as the two are seen growing closer. Luka may not be shooting his shot with just one character in the Below Deck franchise, but Natalia seems to be free and clear on her return to resume her relationship with him, despite the fact that she reportedly had issues before leaving. It seems that Luka might also be in contact with another Below Deck alumnus, even though he has flirted with even more Stus and had boatmances with a number of them on the Mystique. Luka is shown flirting with Below Deck Mediterranean Chief Stu Katie Flood, who isn't on this season of the show in the mid-season teaser. Jessica's responses to the texts suggest that Katie, who is presently on Winter House Season 3 and involved in a romance with Vanderpump Rules star Tom Schwartz, may not be as innocent as she seems. When Jessica notices that Luka has been texting Katie, she quickly challenges him about his behavior. For the rest of the Mystique crew, the drama involving Luka, Jessica, Natalia, and possibly even Lily might cause serious problems. Luka's ambition to date almost every Stu on board the ship raises the possibility that the drama will intensify as the season goes on. You'll have to watch Below Deck Mediterranean to find out who Luka ends up with, if he does.